Give me a second.
Quit it.
There we go.
Right here.
Hi, this is Ralph Macchio, and you're listening on the Hamilton Radio Network.
Go ahead, Chance.
If you change your mind, take a chance. I'm the first in line. Take a chance. Honey, I'm still free. Take a chance on me. If you need me, let me know. Gonna be around.
My son hates it when I do the Trump dance. He's not here. That's enough.
Well, welcome everybody. Tonight's show is Chance's Chat. Chance McFadden, Doc G, and of course, Fascinating Brian. And I want to, first of all, I want to thank everybody for all the donations last week. That was great. Thank you so much. You helped us a lot. And here's Chance.
Tonight's program may or may not be for entertainment purposes only. So keep that in mind. And you guys were all great last week. Thank you so much. Doc needed a boost, and you guys did it, and you didn't let anybody down. Thank you so much. God bless you all. God bless you all. Doc, do you see the link I put on the private chat? Can you
give me a second? Yep, I will put it out there. Yep.
Yeah, put it up because this is important. I want Doc to play this.
You got it.
This has to do with what's going on now, and we're going to talk about a lot of current events, which I will agree with Brian. It's all psychop. Okay, so as long as you remember, it's all psychop. Then we're going to talk about it. Okay, it's very important tonight.
Second. Give me a second, guys. I got to set it up. Hold on a minute. Okay, second.
Here we go.
Give me a second. Here we go.
I hate dead air on the radio.
And it's also an 8th year because 24 is a multiple of 8. It's called the Lion's Gate Portal, the alignment of the number 8, which is the symbol for infinite abundance, and also the alignment of the sun in Leo with the star Sirius Orion's belt and the earth. On this day, it is believed that we receive a surge of spiritual energy we can use to transform. On the night of August 8th at exactly 8:08 p.m., say
That's
these
coming right up.
I am connected to an unlimited source of abundance. I welcome an unlimited source of wealth into my life. I attract wealth and success into my life. If you agree with this message, type I believe it in the comments. God bless.
Okay. Good job.
Okay, guys. Now listen, at 8:08, I'm going to keep an eye on my clock right here. At 8:08, we're going to stop whatever we're talking about, and we're not going to say any of those prayers or affirmations. What we're going to do is we're going to sit here and we're going to concentrate for just 30 seconds on 520-7418 because it is a number of completion. And I do believe in energy. I do believe in frequency. And if you don't, then, get your face out of the newspaper or the soap operas and realize what the world's really all about. Okay. It's all about frequency. It's all about vibration. And when you learn how to do that, you can learn how to manifest. Okay. Now, I have been using 520-741 for quite a while now, for about 5 weeks. I wrote a song about it, and one of these days I'll actually put some arrangement to it and everything so everybody can see it. I believe it too. I really do. There's something to this, and I would have never known about it if it wasn't for Maria number 1. So My dear friend Maria number 1, thank you very much. She's a hard-working girl in Las Vegas, and she's a friend of Kent and mine's, and we've become quite good friends, and I value talking to her as much as I do, and she's just like me. She's busy. She's taking care of people. Before 808 comes up, I got a couple things I want to talk about. Now, I am not going to do any shock radio. I'm not going to get you to be scared. I don't want you to be scared. I want you to be aware. I want you to be awake of what's going on around you. And if you think everything's just fine, then it's time to start looking around a little bit, because here's what's getting ready to happen. Okay? This came to me from a source that I cannot disclose. Okay, good evening, Nancy. Nice to see you. Hi, Charlene. What's that? Okay. Israel, and Iran are supposed to be going to war. Okay? Well, then how come, from the information I'm going to give you at the end of the show tonight, that I have got updated intel that's very, very good from the intake officer? You can't have a war on this hand and have RV on this hand. You can't have Nasara, Gassara. They've all signed on to the contract. Even Netanyahu, okay, from Palestine. He's signed on. Whoever the actor is. It's all a psychop. Everything you're watching is a psychop. If they say in the next few hours or days, or if they said it before, we're going to have a major world war, no, we're not. All these countries have signed on. What you're experiencing is a psychop, a psychological operation controlled to your brain by the news media, and that includes the internet too. Do you agree with that or not, Brian?
I think it's funny, just because no matter how many times we could say it, people still haven't really figured it out yet.
Yeah, well, listen, we made some good points last couple shows. You go 2-3 shows back and listen to Brian. Listen about what he says about psychological operations, because there's no sense of rehashing it up. I believe that could be a possibility, firefighter. I believe that. Okay, this could be our black swan event. Look over here. Don't look over there. Okay, there's nothing going on over here. So just look over here at this nonsense. Okay, because let me tell you about when they had the big hurricane down in Florida. You heard about this hurricane?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All over the news. It's all terrible. People driving down the road where the hurricane is supposed to be at, watching it on a video, and they're driving around with their camera, and they're showing the exact same area with no storms. I'm not saying there wasn't a storm, and I'm not saying there wasn't flooding. What I'm saying is it wasn't a hurricane. Yay, Judy's here. Thanks, Judy. Okay. Thanks for coming in. I really appreciate it. So it's storms, yeah, and it's flooding, yeah. I mean, it does that in New Orleans too. You know, I spent a lot of time in New Orleans, and you know, if it don't rain 3 times a day in New Orleans, you know, it rains like hell for 15 minutes, and you go back into your air-conditioned room, which is wet. Wet air conditioning, wet, cold air. Humidity, you cannot escape it in New Orleans, and I'm sure it's the same way in Florida. So, and if you think that, now what does that have to do, Chance? You're just not making any sense, because what the hell does that have to do with Israel? Well, Iran's supposed to go to war with Israel. Is Iran the most perfect country in the world? No. Have they been monopolizing and manipulating and profiting off the currency auctions that Iraq has had for years and years and years since the currency was revalued? Yes. Then why would you think that Iran was a good bunch of guys? Okay? What is going on is might be a skirmish. I'm not saying there isn't a skirmish, but that's what they do. They take a molehill and they blow it up into a mountain. And oh my God, tell people get to the airports and get out of the country and everything. Well, I do believe that's happening. I've talked to a couple people who have friends that are over there and they're getting out. But I think the whole thing is a cover up for not only the RV, but for the final cleanup of Israel. Okay? And if you don't think there is still children and women in the tunnels underneath there, you're wrong. It went on for miles and miles and miles. And like Q said, we're going to save Israel for last. Okay? So I just tried to explain there in just a couple minutes just exactly the contradictions that are going on in the news. Now, I had a friend of mine call me and he says, "Oh, they're just about ready to put Trump in jail." And I said, "No, they're not." I said, "Okay." I said, "Didn't we cover this part of the psychop 2 months ago?" And he says, "Well, what do you mean? What do you mean psychop?" Well, I had to explain to him what a psychop was. And then I said, "Well, don't you remember the Supreme Court came out with a ruling that paused all of Donald Trump's trials and everything? And then they had quietly made them all go away because his position as the president enabled him to keep secrets. That doesn't go away once you're not president, but he never went away. So it's all getting ready to come to an end. I'm going to give you a little clue for the end of the month. I'm going to give you, yes, Irish Lassie. Listen to Irish Lassie. If you're an illegal and you're listening to this, you're going to say, "Who's that fat son of a buck on the radio?" And he won't shut his mouth and he's stupid and he's telling me to go home. Yeah, you need to go home if you're an illegal alien. Go home because you're not going to get your Nassar or Gassar anything until you get home. So you might as well start moving it. And the other thing, I told you 6-8 weeks ago that there was 4 of those giant airplane freighters that has been taking people back to their home countries. That's been going on. There's been 4 to 6 a day going out of LaGuardia. Okay? Pay attention. There's people putting truths out there that you can watch. But you got to know what you're watching. You got to open up your mind. You got to open up your frequencies. I really, particularly, Brian, you're going to find this very stimulating. I had a friend of mine, Dr. Longhair, Roger Vale, and he was kind of like my guru, musical guru, and he had hair a lot longer than me. And he was one of those muscular old guys that just was aware of everything. He actually showed me a sample of what he called the Veil lift, and it was an anti-gravity device. He had a very small working sample. I was pretty impressed. Guy was way ahead of his time. Why am I talking about Roger Vale and his hair? Because the longer your hair is, the hair is your antenna. That is your receptors. Thank you, Judy. Your hair is your receptors. The longer your hair is, you're going to be able to absorb in frequencies into your brain. And there's a whole belief of this on the internet. All you got to do is go out and find it, okay? I'm not going to provide any links. You guys got to do your own research. Do you have a link for when John F. Kennedy Jr. stood on the mountain? No, I don't have a link. No, I don't sit here all day and just provide links for you folks. You got to do your own research, okay? I love you guys, but, it's time for a lot of you guys to start thinking, okay? A lot of you are really, really smart, okay? A lot of you are really smart. And I'm going to interject right there. Brother Don, thank you very much for your donation today. It was highly needed. I was broken as a joke. So thank you very much. And also, my very dear friend Diane. Yes, I'm keeping an eye on what we talked about, so you could send that anytime you want to. Okay, thank you very much. I know she's listening. She listens to me as religiously as she does as Hey You Guys does. Because now, don't listen. I'm gonna tell you about Hey You Guys. Okay, she's great because her and Tara are my administrators, and they're just fantastic. Both of them do just a phenomenal job. And she makes notes on any time I've been on the air, from Kent Dunn to I don't know. Did you get the one when I was on Life in the Matrix? I was on a show called Life in the Matrix, and but anyway, she can go back and pull up anything you want. She's got all notes. Man, that's what every guy like me needs, is a dedicated family member. She's not a fan; she's a family member. Okay. So anyway, Roger Vale and the hair. But the more hair you got, the more. And this probably has a lot to do why I have problems sleeping at night. Okay, because I can have a hard time shutting down my brain, just as hard a time as I have shutting down my mouth when I get on HamiltonRadio.net. Okay. If you can't laugh at yourself, folks, you can't laugh at nothing. If you want to call me the clown show, then, that's all right. I'll wear makeup for you and a little rubber ball in my nose if that makes you happy. I'm an entertainer. That's what I do. I've dressed up like Barney the Purple Dinosaur, and I dressed up as a Teletubby to do kids' birthday parties, and yes, thank you, Judy. And I've dressed up as Superman. There was a time in the comic books when Superman had really long black hair and a beard, and my beard was black, and I had a Superman suit. So I used to just be stupid and go to the mall and dress up as Superman. Little kids were like, "Can I get your autograph, Superman?" Yes, you can. And it was nice. It was a nice costume because it sucked my belly in, and it actually made me look bigger than what I was. And I kind of like looking like that, if you know what I mean. But I'll just wait for the med beds. I'm not going to buy a girdle or anything. Okay. I know I'm jumping all over the place tonight, but I want you guys to realize there's more to life than being on a Telegram page. There's more to life than worrying about money. I'm worried about money, but I try to put it aside, and I don't worry about it, and I just give all my 520-7418 concentrations, and I give it to the universe. I give it to the source, and I never thought of myself as a spiritual person, but before we had the show going, Brian says, "Well, Chance, you're changing." He says, and I am changing, and it's not just my waistline. Okay, it's I can feel myself changing, and when somebody brings something to me, it's just like, well, they're going to convict Trump today. No, they're not. Don't you pay attention to the psychop? There's a psychop going on over here. He's in Cheyenne Mountain. Leave him alone. They're not going to put him in jail. Nobody's going to let Trump go to jail. Okay? I don't read the Bible. I have a hard time understanding it, but I learn things from the Bible. Hi, Fran. How are you? I learn things from the Bible from other people. I'm an auditory learner, not a visual learner. I listen, I hear things, and I remember it that way. But when I was talking to Charlie, oh my gosh, my brain's gone. When I was talking to, it wasn't Charlie Ward, it was Charlie Freak. When I was talking to Charlie Freak, he always said, "Remember, Chance, cast your net to the right for a bountiful harvest." And it stuck with me, okay? And so we're coming up next week it'll be exactly 1 year to the date. You're gonna like this, Doc. That my wife injured herself and had the beginnings of going into the nursing home. So she's been there. She's about 7 weeks shy of being there a year. Okay. And I don't mean to be disrespectful for anyone, but this is the best my marriage has been in 53 years. Okay.
Oh.
It's just a fantastic marriage. They're taking care of her up there, and I'm taking care of things down here, and it works out great. Okay. And so that's all I'm going to say about that. But you can probably read into it whatever you want to. But anyway, fascinating Brian. I really wanted to get his input, and you need to listen to his input because I'm sure he's got something amazing to say about that video we saw about the 8-8-24 at 8:08. 8:08 is coming up in 17 minutes. I'm keeping a close eye. Brian,
Yeah, not for me
what do you think about that?
I said not for me though, since my clock says 8:52 already. So
Me here. Same thing, Brian.
so
Oh,
so here about the 888 Lionsgate. The message, if it's about money, if it's about anything monetary, abundance, you're wrong. I'm just going to flat out say it. You're absolutely wrong. Wrong for thinking it, wrong to even include it as the primary number of thought, even with the number that Chance talks about. You're wrong. I'm just going to say it. So you're going to have to re-evaluate what the number means to you. And you're going to have to re-evaluate the word abundance, what that means to you. So let's talk about portals. Okay. So I have some pretty cool guests. Many of you would not like these guests because they're not benevolent in nature. But they would like to still thank a lot of you, especially star seeds that are kind of going adrift and kind of falling to the wayside and struggling and being of monetary and materialistic points of view. And the reason is because you're not paying attention to portals. This is a portal. That camera is a portal. My screen is a portal. Your phone is a portal. And I'm sure a lot of you would think, oh, well, yeah, so what? They're portals. Yeah, but so that connects you where? Do you know where it connects you to? It connects you to the astral side, connects you to the spirit side, the not so pretty side. And this is where many of you are being messed with. You're being messed with because it's contracts, right? You contracted, and let's talk about contracts real quick. You have a collective contract that you signed before birth, and you can imagine that signing paper, kind of like the Willy Wonka, where the print gets super duper duper teeny tiny small until you can't read a single word. It might as well be a line. That's all included in the contract. That means you get to be served exactly what everybody else is experiencing abundance of on a planetary contract. It is unavoidable at birth, and I'm going to be clear about this, unavoidable at birth. So until you reach adulthood, that you identify yourself, right? Because you still have to identify who you are on a planetary level. If you absolve the identity as well as the contracts, and I do mean planetary level, you're removing yourself from the game board. but it's still a double-edged sword, because then that makes you unrelatable. It makes you the enemy. It makes you possibly, if you're not careful, you'll be forced to exit without realizing it. Whether it's the powers that be, or it's not paying attention because you fall for scams, you fall for the dark side, you get entrapped or baited, however that plays out. It has happened. There have been many star seeds that thought there were identities, and there are some that I will not name, but they thought they were legitimate. They thought they were going to go help as star seeds, physically, as a soldier, and they go meet these people in secret locations, and then they are never seen again. Never seen again. That is how the portals, right? News travels in the astral side and the etheric side, and there are agents everywhere. Just because there are agents in the physical form doesn't necessarily mean they're human, right? They may act well or play human. The information still gets passed. So this is why a lot of the negatives thank a lot of you, because star seeds can't help but be gullible. They really can't. It's not to say that they, forgot themselves. It's the complacency is one idea. It is not understanding your own nature, as in, do you remember who you are? Do you remember the skills you used to have? Or are you fixated on one idea? Oh, I'm a starseed. I'm here to help. And I'm going to help the humans. I'm going to go above and beyond. I'm going to do this and do that. And I'm going to be all about love and light. And it's the same spiel, right? And then you're going to get taken out because you didn't pay attention. And you allowed certain programs to make you a fluffy cloud right in broad daylight for all to see, with a t-shirt that says, I'm a starseed, I'm here for you. Congratulations. Here's your exit. So it's really important that those that are currently here remain vigilant, and you can, and I don't see a problem in fear. A little bit of fear actually does some good, because it is a fight or flight scenario. It is a mechanism for survival. You're going to use it. It is a very good tool. Too much fear will cloud your judgment. Too much of it will allow stupidity to kind of kick in. And then you'll forget your sensibility, and you may do something and then you can't take it back because it's too late. So I encourage the remaining, and even if the star seeds, some do fail, and believe me, they get traded out. So I know there's a lot of speculation where people are saying like, oh, well, the 144 are here to save us. And I'm like, what? Do you actually think, and even if it was 144 star seeds, 144,000, do you really think it's the original ones? You gotta be kidding me. Do you know how many have had to trade out because of this extremely polarized game board, or because they got taken out? They had to shove someone else, say, hey, we're running low on some light fuel. Who wants to go hop in an avatar and assist, because that bozo, he got taken out and he wasn't paying attention. It is a very complex soup. It is a very complex game. And if you don't consider that these games and these complexities stay in a stagnation format, you would be wrong. It is always transitioning. There's always transition. And Also, you need to be aware of your own transition in the game board, because you're going to need to try and find and create a new place that you want to be for the new Earth. But it's not everyone's new Earth. It's pretty much your new Earth. Just you. Everyone else, you'll just share. So another cool thing about Lyrians, so that Chance was talking about, yes, the long hair is an attuning device. It is a tool. It is a mechanism. But it's not just that. It's your DNA. It's your cells. And whether or not you believe you're a starseed or you're some interstellar being, don't go getting a blood test. All right? Because I guarantee if they see that you have 12 strands or 24 strands, you're on the buffet table. So you want to stay off the buffet table and maintain your sovereignty. Keep to yourself if you need to keep to yourself. Enjoy the ride and enjoy the show. So, and please, everything that you're seeing on TV is just garbage now. It's all garbage. And you might as well just tune it all out. Whatever Harris, whatever politics, this and that. And I would even tune out a lot of spiritual gurus, including me. I'm going to encourage you to tune out and identify or redefine your spiritual guru. So you could take tools that I've given, that others have given, but the idea is you want to find your place, right? Don't join someone else's treehouse. Build your own treehouse, establish it, invite people so they can see the inside. And then when they're done seeing it, they can go their own way or go build their own tree houses. So this is kind of the staging ground. And if you don't like it, that's fine, because I guarantee there's going to be a lot of dark entities, lower astral. They're going to continue to pull you left and right, and they're going to feed off your negativity. They're going to take advantage of the energy because they love you too. They just don't love you the way you would like to be loved. That's all.
Brian, you hit a lot of fantastic points there, and I'm almost embarrassed to say anything afterwards because I may put my foot in my mouth.
It's all right. We're all winners and losers, but I am most definitely almost always the loser.
Oh, never, brother, never. Guys, it's 8:04. When 8:08 comes up, I'm going to stop talking about whatever. I'm going to say my affirmations for the 8:08. Okay, it's a little different. I'm going to have you say them along with me if you like. If not, that's fine too. Whatever makes you happy, whatever floats your boat. Okay. I want everybody to be careful. They're going to try anything they can to get you out on the street. Okay. They're going to do any sneaky, scurvy, slimy, reptilian trick to make you lose everything. You're going to have to fight for what you got to keep what you got. Okay. Now I'm going to save the RV intel information for the end of the show. And when you hear it, then you're going to know why I saved it for the end of the show. But this is part of the reason why I believe that everything is going on with Iran and Israel is just a black swan. I'm not saying there isn't going to be some skirmishes over there, but these Netanyahu's been replaced. It's not the same Netanyahu. Do your research on the photographs. You don't have to be a rocket scientist or have a facial recognition program like I do to tell that these aren't the same people. And we've got a lot of newbies in on the Chances live chat group. And guys, I don't know, the core group is pretty hip, and they're pretty they're getting their spirituality and their vibrations raised. But some of these newbies putting on this stuff and negativity, and we don't want any negativity. We just want love. Love is a powerful energy. Love was what we need to manifest. We manifest love, everything else comes. And I had a situation the other night where somebody very close to me betrayed me in a way that I don't even want to talk about. And the betrayal was, it put me in a very, very dark place for about 24 hours. And then I went back and I listened to one of my old shows where I was, doing my big speech about love and how we got to love each other and how we got to help each other and support each other till we get through this mess. And I actually lifted myself up by listening to the words that I said to you a few weeks ago. Now, I want you to know you're all very important to me. When I hear something that disturbs me, I'm upset. Would you say something more about the people getting out on the streets? You got to keep aware of what is going on around you. Make sure you keep aware of your property tax. Make sure you keep aware of your
location,
tickets, locations, everything.
Yeah. So if you live in a heavy, like you live in a place that has a lot of problems that you've seen on the news, do you go and protest? I'm just giving you an example. Basically, it's all about using critical thinking and common sense and keep yourself safe. Why throw yourself out there anyways?
Right. Hey, Brian, it's 8:08. I want to do my manifestations here. You can repeat after me or not. It's your choice. You can call it a prayer. You can call it whatever you want. It's 520-741-8. I am health, wealth, abundance, and joy. I am health, wealth, abundance, and joy. I am health, wealth, abundance, and joy. I love the universe, and the universe loves me. This is one of my favorite ones. There's nothing going to break my stride. There's nothing going to get me down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. It's one of my favorites. It was a song. I believe Leo Sayer did that, didn't he, Doc?
No, it was a different person.
Okay.
Matthew something. I'm trying to think of his name.
Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Ain't nothing gonna move me, bring me down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that was the 808 thing, and we'll continue now. So just don't believe a lot of this crap. People call me every day and did you see this? Did you see that? Listen, if it's on the internet, it's a lie.
Matthew Wilder did it.
That's it. You're right. Anyway, it's a great song. And it's kind of one of my philosophies because when I have my day planned out and I got to do X, Y, Z, A, B, C, don't tell me, interrupt me to do something else. No, that's not on my agenda for the day. I got to keep focused. I got to keep on moving. And anyway, we 520-741-8. It does help. I think what it might do, whether you want to believe it or not, I think what it does is this is just an idea. I don't know. I'm just throwing something out there. Work with me here. Okay. So, yeah, I'm on the internet. I know I could be full of crap too. We don't know. That's why I say it. You got to use the magic word, and that's discernment. Discernment. Okay. What resonates with you? Okay. I am spirit. I am love, wisdom, and knowledge. I am that I am. I am multidimensional. I am all that is. That's very good, Average Lassie. I like that a lot. But think about when you're saying 520-7418. What if just saying that and thinking it 8 or 10 times a day puts a very, very small crack in the matrix? Think about that now. Okay? Very small crack in the matrix, and abundance comes through. Whether it's abundance in health, wealth, or joy. Okay? And inspiration can come out of all those abundances. And that's when I write songs the best. I also write some killer songs when my heart gets broken too. So we'll get into that. And actually here, what we should talk about is, Doc, do you have any of the songs that you've written that you can play tonight for us?
Oh yeah. Let me keep talking. I'll get something for you.
Okay, well, you know, I don't have any trouble with that. When I write a song, it all comes at once. Everything comes at once. The piano, the bass, the guitars, the strings, it all comes. The song, the lyrics, and it all comes it's like God turned on. Well, I'll give you an idea. I was doing an audition for a band in Texas, and I got in an argument with the guy, and he said, "Well, if you're such a hot," he says, "if you're such a hotshot songwriter, sit down and write me a song at the piano right now." And I said, "Just give me a subject, I'll write it." And he said, "Well, if you're such a hotshot songwriter, I shouldn't have to." And when he said I shouldn't have to, that's when I sat down and I wrote that song. I shouldn't have to see you in this town, the way you turn my life upside down. I shouldn't have to live without your love. I shouldn't have to talk to our friends. I shouldn't have to walk where you have been. I shouldn't have to live without your love. Why can't you see? You mean everything to me. I shouldn't have to see your face at night, even though you're nowhere close in sight. I shouldn't have to live without your love. And the guy slammed he almost got my hand, slammed the cover down on the piano, and he says, "If you think I'm working with this Yankee, you're out of your mind." And luckily, I remembered it. And it was one of the best songs that I've ever wrote. And Doc's got a song now. It's called "I Am Divine," and we're going to hear it right now.
Here it is.
I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am divine. Everything comes to me in perfect time. I am hot, I am rich, I am so far. Universe and me, we're so aligned. Morning light, it shines on me. Feeling free like a summer breeze. Living life with no disease. Healthy body, happy mind. I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am divine. Everything comes to me in perfect time. I am hot, I am rich, I am so fine. Universe and me, we're so aligned. Waking up to endless dreams. Joyful heart that burns at seams. Life is more than
This is
what
AI generated.
it is. Every day another climb. I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am divine. Everything comes to me in perfect time. I am hot, I am rich, I am so fine. Universe and me, we're so aligned. stars above, they guide my way. Brighter light every single day. Love and life, they come to play in this cosmic grand design. I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am divine. Everything comes to me in perfect time. I am hot, I am rich, I am so fine. Universe and me, we're so aligned. Waking up to endless dreams. Joyful heart that bursts at seams. Life is more than what it seems. Every day another climb. I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am divine. Everything comes to me in perfect time. I am hot, I am rich, I am...
That was good.
Okay. That's kind of what, guys, repetitiveness with manifesting is the key to it. This is a positive, upbeat song that has a lot of that in there, plus great lyrics to keep you motivated, keep you positive, keep you steering on the same side of the best you can be. Thank you. I appreciate that, Brian.
Yeah, no problem. I wanted to touch base on Tara Killer. She said something I thought was kind of humorous. And
which one is that?
She said something about human knowledge and human mathematics.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, right here.
Let's talk about human knowledge and human mathematics. When you find out that a lot of your human knowledge is wrong, you're going to have a jaw-dropping moments. When you find out your human mathematics is wrong, you're going to have more jaw-dropping moments. And another thing, and I know whoever, no offense, again, Tara Killer, you're very expressive about the vaccinated. At this point, it's who cares? It actually doesn't matter because, and this is why I'm going to tell you it doesn't matter anymore. If you truly understood DNA, and I do mean DNA in creation, it finds a way to reset itself. It always, always does. It finds a way for the body to purge it, to remove it, especially in people that are growing in their spirituality, growing in their awareness and concepts, because it's not perfect. I can almost guarantee you that everybody has probably eaten an avocado that's been jabbed. I know that probably scares the shit out of you. I am probably sure that I have, and I go, well, shit is all I can say, because they have tried through all the nefariousness to inject everything, foods and meats and processed, frozen. And you know what? Because the energies keep changing, nothing stays constant. Once it's out of the vial and it's in a product, all products have DNA. Plant has DNA, animals have DNA. Therefore, they all become variants. And it dilutes itself. So when you consume, whether you know it or not, I know it sucks. Just chalk it up to hey, the deck of cards was stacked against me, but you know what? I'm still here. I'm still kicking. So who cares, right? So what we really should focus on now is inner growth, inner values for a more scalar way of life, a more holistic, a more transparent way of life. You're going to get all the information at some point. but we don't need to loop or feed the system and try and catch everybody up, because you can't do that. It is literally impossible. There are going to be those that are always going to be left behind. There are going to be those that will be late bloomers. There will be those that may catch up and then may fall back into the loop. And there'll be those that will continuously usher and move forward, continuously, without fail. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to do is what I'm going to do, leave them in the dust. Because you can't help anyone if they're capped in their experience. It's impossible. The frequency will tell you. You just have to say a sentence, and if they say, I don't get it, and you go, I'm good then. You're good. I get it. And then you just go that way, and they go that way.
I like that a lot, Brian. I'm going to do that, man. I'm going to use it. I'm good. You're good. And I'll see you on the next time around. Yeah. I get it. That's that. You know, that there's more truth to that. That should be on a t-shirt. We're going to have to figure out how to get that on there. I'm not kidding. I thought it was great. Anyway, but you know, I can be simple. Brian is the calm voice of reason and clarity. That is right, Judy. And I'm so glad to hear your daughter's out of the hospital, by the way. Diane's with us, and I wanted to tell Diane she's going to go on a vacation. I want her to be very safe, okay? And I know it's been planned for a while, and I want you to be safe. And but some are in the caboose. Irish, Lassie, what a good one. We're all on the same train, but some are in the caboose. Oh my God! For a few years there, I felt like I was on a chain, being dragged behind the caboose. You know. now, metaphysically and vibration wise, frequency wise, I feel like I'm no longer lower than a snake's belly. I'm rising up. Maybe I'm going to be up to a groundhog soon. You know, I don't know. But anyway, hey guys, 520-7418, that is our manifesting numbers. And I had a request for me to sing it. So I will. I'll sing it for you right now, and then we're going to get on some other things I don't want to forget about. Okay. 520-7418. These are numbers we can't debate. 520-7418. Come and join us and don't be late. For God wants all of us to have abundance. Anything less would be redundant. 520-7418. There you go. There's my request for tonight. I want to tell you something about, and you're going to notice this. I've kind of been doing this gradual for you guys, okay? You know how I've been working music into the show, and we're still talking about other things, and the psychops and the RV intel and you know, the bad guys and everything. But you notice how I've been working the music into it, okay? Because I believe we're very close in turning this into a music show. Thank you, Master A. Because when I get under an NDA, this show will be music. It won't be about the bad guys. It won't be about anything. And then after I come back from my NDA, it will be a humanitarian show, so we can concentrate on humanitarian efforts. But I'm going to address something that I talked to somebody about the other day. And I want you to understand, as a musician, how difficult for a lot of people who've written a lot of hits it is to get a song just to the point of getting a demo. Okay, here's what. First, you got to write the lyrics. Then you got to find a musician, if you're not a musician,
right,
that can follow your vision musically.
Right.
And then then you have to get a bass player and a drummer and some strings or what synthesizers, whatever you're going to do. And then you got to get somebody that can sing it if you're not a singer. Okay. So I'm just saying, if you're just a songwriter, okay, and that could be expensive. That could be a $2,000 deal just to get a demo of one song and then marketing it. Whole different thing. Now, why I believe AI is a good thing, okay? Doc's vision on this song, how he wanted it, how he put together, how he wanted everything behind it, what kind of voice, everything, okay? What he's doing is he's bypassing years and years of work, and I think it's very, very good, because now what we're going to be able to do is we're going to be able to see some real creativity come out. Now, here's why. That song that Doc has, and I would suggest it's very good. And if you can't buy the CD, I think Doc's offering it for $11, aren't you, Doc?
Eventually, I might have to change that, because there's so many songs I want to put on there, and
Right.
we're not promised the next day, so I'm trying to put as many songs.
Yeah, I get it. Okay, well, we'll let you know. Okay, and
It's growing every day.
Okay, when we get that going, I want you to put it on chancemcfadden.com. Okay, put a page up for Doc songs, and then we will be adding my songs on there too. I've got to go. Oh, thank you, Suzanne. Oh, my bullshit. Oh, but anyway, it's.
I was going to say, if we're lucky, I'll let Doc record my voice, and then we could do a CD where I could put you all to sleep.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, because I need that at night. My brain is flying at night.
Oh my God, my son and my grandson are your two biggest fans, Brian. I could just sit here and listen to Brian talk all day. He has such a calm, reassuring voice. And I said, well, what am I? Am I chip beef or what? What's the deal here? I try to have there's just something about him. There's just something about him. I hear that from my grandson and my son both. And I'm thinking, okay, well, we know you got two fans there, Brian. So I hear that from a lot of people. And last week when you weren't here, Brian, I got a ration of crap from a bunch of listeners. Where's Brian? Brian come back last week? He's coming back. I got a ration of crap. I probably got 40, 50 emails. No, I said he just had something come up. He's coming back. He's coming back. And so you got quite a family there of your own. I'm not going to call them fans or following. I don't like that. I think it's a family. So you got a family started there of your own too, brother.
Yes, I was away last week, staying at my ex's house, taking care of my kids. And I took them out to see Deadpool 3. I'd encourage anyone to go, if they need a good laugh, go see that movie. So just because it's unfiltered, and we all need a good laugh at this point. And I needed a really, really good laugh, just because I've been feeling kind of numb about everything. And no disrespect to anyone or even Chance or the show, but I actually don't listen to the recaps. And the reason why is the energies have been making me quite numb, because I have come to a lot of different conclusions and realizations. And again, I'm growing and changing too, because my story doesn't necessarily match everyone else's story on this journey, because I am half in both light and dark, and I have to navigate both in order to understand reasoning behind it. Some of it does have reason, some of it does have merit, but there's a lot of it that doesn't have to be this way, doesn't have to play out this way. It just, that's how the game board was set up. So, but yeah, I just wanted to be clear as to, reasons. And when I disappear, it's always kid related or kids. And I do love my kids.
What's funny about what you said, Chance, real quick, is, AI, and everybody takes AI for granted. But you know what? Like you said, I don't have the money to go into a studio right now. I don't have money to pay anybody to go into studio right now. I mean, I'm working on some things, but my constant need now of fulfilling my destinies of recording the songs that I made when I was a kid, or was in my head when I was a kid, now are thoughts and ideas that I put down, and they become the song that I want and I create. And the thing is, you do the creation for it because you tell AI what you want. It's like a computer. You feed into what you want.
Mm-hmm.
And then from that comes something, incredible. Now that song is designed for manifesting only, but if you put a frequency on it, this is where Brian will understand. If you put a frequency on it that helps heal the body at the same time, now you've got something going on. You've got the repetitiveness of the song, you've got the healing of the body through frequency, and you've got the song that actually will help. You can start singing it more, you can start feeling it more, and you can start manifesting it more because you're creating that within yourself. I think Brian understands that now.
Yes, you can add any hertz to any tune or device as like a backdrop sound. So, but what a lot of you really don't realize, it's the system is going to get even more complex and more beneficial.
Right.
So, like for an example, I'm a huge fan of like anime. I love the storytelling. I love that how creative the Japanese culture is with that industry. So AI, you're going to be able to take advantage of AI and do your own versions, your own skits. You'll be able to write it out. You'll have the AI come up with the formula. You'll see the live action, and it's all going to be there. So you could be your own actor, star in your own movie. The technology is going to get a lot more simpler, which is why I say your idea of a work schedule or work day is going to change to where it's more like 4 to 6 hours will be the standard full working day. And then you'll spend the remainder of your day with family or 4 hours with creativity. And you're going to use a lot of technology with creativity, or you'll do a lot of projects, especially if you're very handy physically. So it's going to be a very upscaled take compared to what our current situation is, because we're breaking out of the corporate hold with you got to know somebody in order to produce. And it's just, it doesn't matter what it is. Same with writing. So writing kind of broke away from that because everyone started doing ebooks. Everyone started becoming their own publisher. So that took away a lot of money. So the industry of music is going to kind of go that way as well. Same for the entertainment. So I know a lot of people are worried, oh, is the Marvel universe going to end? I'm like, sorry, I think a lot of universes are going to end, including the Star Wars universe, because there's going to be a lot of people that are going to take charge personally through the artificial intelligence, and they're going to give you even better versions of Star Wars that actually have story, that don't have any garbage or political jargon or anything hidden or laid into. So it's going to be very different in the near future.
My take on this is you could either have that song as it sits, which is your intellectual property and design, or you could present these songs in a file, multiple files, and present them to different groups like Taxi. Do you know who Taxi is?
No.
Okay, Taxi is where you sign up. If you're a songwriter, if you're a producer of music, or you create your own music, you're a creator, you can sign up to Taxi, and they're going to tell you soundtracks and commercials coming up that they need a song for. AI would be handy for you, and you could just go submit your songs to Taxi. And I know people have gotten $500,000 and $5,000 to use their songs on a soundtrack.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm working with the film groups too. Remember that
Right.
a lot of the film companies need a track to help them sell the film. And if the song is already hit, then percentages of the people will go see the film just from the song being a hit. I don't know why that is, but it's just the way it is. If the
But
song
then
comes out first or the song comes out later, it doesn't matter. It'll be if the movie's great, the song is good, everything it gels.
It's a statement.
It is a statement, right? It is
exactly creative statement. And here's the thing. Let's say we got a new artist coming up and she's just fantastic and we're looking for songs for her. Well, then we go into this, we buy the rights to your song or lease the rights to your song. We take her into the studio, we do our thing. And all of a sudden, even though it's re-recorded, it's still, yes, Taxi does work in Australia. Yes. Yep. It's out of Los Angeles. Just sign up. Look for Taxi for songwriters. You'll find it on Google or whatever search engine you use. I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong. We're not doing anything. We want you here, Diane.
Yeah, Diane, we're not throwing you out.
No, we wouldn't do that to you. Hey, but that way, you could. It just speeds the process, and it also it makes the creativity. It makes it so you can create more in less amount of time. I've got 2 CDs that I did, and it was all based on life experiences. Okay, and you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm just full of it. No, not necessarily information, but I am full of something. But anyway, there's some. It's like Brian said. I mean, we're going to be able to take any movie and rewrite it. You can put it into AI for your own use and put your family members in as your cast. Have Uncle Joe be in Darth Vader. Have the Bradley twins from Petticoat Junction in Star Wars, if that's what you want. Oh my gosh. Oh, anyway, we have an incredible future ahead of us. Okay. We have an incredible future ahead of us. And so if you're all, try, if we brought some smiles to you tonight and some giggles and some laughs, then I think we've done our job because, we get all serious and all down in the dumps about, Iran's going to start a new world war and we're all going to be blown to hell. No, we aren't. Don't pay any attention to that crap. It's all crap. Okay? And, I tell you what, if you get in a depressed mood, go watch a Mel Brooks movie. Go watch Young Frankenstein or Blazing Saddles is my favorite.
It's still good.
The Sheriff's Out.
Or go watch Clue, the old Clue. That was a good movie.
Clue was great. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah. I love the classics. You cannot go wrong with classics. Or even Three Stooges. You can't go wrong.
Oh, my God.
My guys. I love them.
And here's the thing about Stooges, though. Do you know those guys really beat the shit out of each other?
Yeah.
My language, guys. Sorry, little kids. I didn't say that. I said shirt. Okay. They actually beat the shirt out of each other. And they'd have to, because their faces were so red, they had to take breaks in between filming till their, color come. I've read all about them, man. I mean, this guys really beat the crap out of each other. And I felt so bad for them in the '60s because they were all getting older and they couldn't. It was a niche thing. The Stooges was a niche thing, and it worked its magic during the time that it was supposed to, but it just didn't translate to a new generation. It just didn't do it. And I felt so bad. Right. They went on Ed Sullivan. They went on Ed Sullivan to do a skit. Have you ever seen that?
No, actually I can't remember, but I think for who they were and what they were, even though their ending may seem kind of tragic, or if it's story behind their life, they're still legends in the end. I mean, they'll never go away in time or space or eternity. I think they've done a phenomenal job for this planet and given it a lot of creativity. And you got a lot of good actors that really took enjoyment and took their creativity probably to the next level, like Jim Carrey as a perfect example.
Yeah.
So we got to thank them.
Are you aware that in the Stooges movies, shorts or whatever you want to call them, in the Stooges films, that there was actors like George Reeves that appeared in,
That's
Lucille Ball.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, there was early actors that really made a big difference in TV in the 50s that all were in shorts for the Three Stooges and some of the other shorts too. You know, it's fascinating how those. I mean, especially Lucille Ball. I mean, okay, I know all about the Lucy and the Lucifer thing. I know all about that, and I know all about the Satan things. I don't want to talk about that because that's negative. But I will tell you, she was a comedic genius, and everything she touched turned to money. I'm gonna tell you what. And if you like Star Trek, do y'all like Star Trek? I do. I love Star Trek. I'll watch anything Star Trek except for the cartoons. Okay, there wouldn't be no Star Trek if it wasn't for Lucille Ball and Ricky Arnaz.
Yeah, all I can say is, like, no matter what, like, if you do find out, let's say we do find out a lot of the famous actors we really loved, we really enjoyed, they're in the book. Just assume that a lot of them didn't know better at first, right? They already signed the contract, but you still don't know how long they were on the surface. A lot of them got taken down after the first 10 years or even 5 years of their existence and replaced. So that is something to be considered, but also at the same time, just honor the human, right? You don't have to forgive, you don't have to forget, but you can honor the creative side of them because they did do a job, they did do a service, whether they were for light or dark or both, playing both light and dark. They did a service for the planet because we're transitioning. So there's a positive side to see these things. But at the same time, never forgive and never forget. Because you want to take all these memories with you. You don't want to forget anything on your journey. It's super, super important that you remember how this life you lived here was, like Chance said, bullshit. But even though it was bull, it still was beautiful, right? And I do mean was in that moment. So appreciate it.
Well, so one thing about Lucille Ball, I don't know if you guys know, but she actually started out as a model. She was a model in Three Little Pigskins with the Three Stooges. You're absolutely right. My friend Bradley Server, who is Curly's grandson, known to be Curly's grandson, he'll tell you all these stories. He's an amazing guy, but he's also trying to bring back the Stooges as well. I think he plays Larry Fine every now and then, but he is an amazing person because not only he was related to Curly, but all the stories that he tells about what his grandfather told him about the Three Stooges, or when he came home from work, or how he loved it so much, and he loved his little girls. He loved the dogs he had. He was
he was a huge dog fanatic.
Sweet guy, sweet guy.
Oh,
In fact, Mo was sweet, and they were all really, really nice. It's just their characters, like anything, their characters were depicted the way they were depicted. That's it.
They're a very good family.
Yeah. Just remember that Star Trek started out as Gene Roddenberry was security guard at Desilu Studios.
That's right.
And he would, and he, had a relationship with Desi, and he'd drive his convertible through and blah 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 blah, and all of a sudden he says, "Hey, I wrote this screenplay and pilot," and give it to him. He says, "Yeah, we'll look it over." And then it wasn't but a year later, Lucy was looking for something different, and she says, "Well, what?" And he said, "Well, the security guard gave me this. This is something he wrote." She sat down and read it, and she was just absolutely flabbergasted. So just remember, if you think Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz was some kind of a joke, Desilu Studios put out some killer stuff for its time, way ahead of the anybody else's programs. And I can remember at the end of when I was a kid growing up, at the end closing credits, I'd always see Desilu Studios, and they had a lot of wealth and they had a lot of success, and I was sad to see him go. And I hope what you're saying about Lucy being in a med bed and still being alive is true, because wouldn't it be nice to have the comedic genius of Lucille Ball for another generation to enjoy? Because after the Republic comes back, just remember, our standards, we're going to be technologically advanced, but our standards are going to be very similar to what they were in the 50s.
That's true.
True. Leave It to Beaver, and My Three Sons,
Great shows.
all the stuff. We don't need high-tech stuff to make superhero movies. Look what George Reeves and the team did with The Adventures of Superman. He was on a platform, and they'd angle the platform, and then they do back. I'm into all this stuff. Okay, I'm into all that stuff. I know it all. I've studied, I've researched, and then so we could bring that in on another show some other time. But anyway, I want everybody to pay attention to their homes. I want you to watch out for the bad guys. Okay, I'm not trying to give you fear porn. Just try to be awake. Okay. Diane was on making a comment earlier. I was telling Diane about a couple things she needs to keep her eyes on. Okay. And she's keeping her eyes on things, and as long as you're in this group and you're watching us and you know how to get a hold of me, you need my counsel, let me know. You need some personal counsel from Fascinating Brian. He is available also. And if you want to put Fascinating Brian's info up on the
that's right.
Spiritual consultation, you can contact Fascinating Brian at 774-208-2377. My Cash App and my Zelle is 319-561-0064. That's Brian McFadden. My family and friends call me Chance. And if you want to order the RV protocol papers, they're $50. If you want to send a love donation, it's highly and gratefully appreciated. And if you order the protocol papers, I could send them to you right away tonight, even. If you're sitting by your computer, I could send them right away. If you're in Europe and you want the RV protocol papers, send me an email to chancemusic@yahoo.com. That's CHANCEMUSIC@yahoo.com. And I'll send the protocol papers to you, and you can pay me through wise.com, or if you're local and you don't have Wise and Cash App, you can mail me a check. Send me an email at chancemusic@yahoo.com, and I will give you my mailing address. And there's a lot of things going on that I found out this week that I haven't got completely vetted. Okay. I'm going to try to be quick on this because I'm going to get the RV information. Okay. But there was an order. Let's see. Yeah. There was an order from the Supreme Court in the last few days. And an order is a decision made without a case. Okay. Did you guys hear about this? Okay. Basically, they're calling for all elected public officials to stand down from their job as it is unconstitutional. Now, that is an order. It has shown up yet, but I understand it is getting ready to be implemented. It is getting ready to be implemented, and you're going to see a lot of public officials that have been elected officials. They're just going to go, what? What? I got to stand down? I'm unconstitutional. That's going to be judges. That's going to be state's attorneys. That's going to be governors. That's going to be state representatives. You getting the idea? Okay.
Probably behind masks.
Huh?
I said probably them, but behind masks. Again.
Right. Well, this order is getting ready to be implemented, so get ready for that. I am going to pull up the latest and greatest from the intake officer and let you guys know, because I wait till the end because I want you guys to listen to the whole show. We put a lot of energy. All three of us put a lot of energy, and Debbie and Kent Dunn, when they're on, we all put a lot of energy into doing this show, and we really sincerely appreciate your support, and we couldn't do it without you. And after the audience's performance last week to help Doc G of HamiltonRadio.net, I am so impressed with all of you. I can't even tell you. Thank you so much. It is it's appreciated to the point where we can't even. Okay, here we go. Oh my, we have some new stuff. Oh, listen to this. Okay. Oh boy, we have some fantastic news here. And some that's just come in. Okay? So I'm going to read through this with you. The U.S. Treasury, who in the past was holding things up, said get it done, and that we had confirmation that indeed the go was given for the court-ordered payments. Farm claims, I'll talk about that in a minute, CMKX, etc. Looks like the 7th will be a great day. I have gotten direct reports that farm claims are starting to be paid. CMKX, I've gotten confirmation on both those. It looks like 7th will be a great day. It is a great day. It was a great day. Okay. Subject. Mortgage updates. Foreclosures now illegal. The U.S. Treasury updates from the Restored Republic of the United States by Peters Online Paper Edge, July 2024. New laws regarding mortgages. Foreclosures are now illegal. That's in part 2. All U.S. banks have been purchased by the new U.S. Treasury, which has relocated from Washington, D.C. to the Sparks Indian Colony near Reno, Nevada. I knew that 2 years ago, by the way. Results of a military investigation found that some bank owners secretly received a full loan payment immediately after a homeowner signed mortgage papers, but continued to require and accept monthly mortgage payments from the homeowner. Does that sound familiar, Doc?
Sounds very familiar.
Okay. They were double dipping. Here is what's been happening for decades. Early in the 1940s, as birth certificates were started and generally accepted as legal documents, corrupt politicians kept the original documents, monetized and sold them on the stock market, the open market. Parents received copies and not the originals. The politicians dipped into this and hidden and illegal slush fund created from the sales. The scheme was finally revealed by military investigators. In the next few weeks, all illegal profits made from birth certificates will be returned to each citizen. Now, do you know what that is? Okay? Have you listened to me on Telegram? That's restoration and reformation. And not only for your generation, but for your grandparents and their grandparents, all the way back to 1931. You guys got a lot of money coming. This is why I said your RV funds are going to be secondary compared to your restoration and reformation. Are you understanding? I've been telling you this for weeks now, okay? I'm not blowing smoke up your wazoo. I'm really not. Now, in answer to questions about debt jubilee or forgiveness of all debts, for over a year now, citizens have looked forward to this benefit from new laws of the Republic. It was finally legalized by Mr. Trump on Wednesday, July 10th, 2024. Details. U.S. Treasury will send out a computer algorithm to each bank to zero out all mortgage debt, credit card debt, car debt, etc. Citizens do not have to contact their debtor to ask for debt jubilee. Watch for your new zero balance statement coming out sometime in, ready for this? August. Changes are coming in home ownership, foreclosures, and taxes. Side note before I go on, watch for your property values to drop. Watch for them. And if you have any funds then, go buy some houses. People are going to need homes. Okay? So it is finally legalized by Mr. Trump on Wednesday, July 10th, 2024. Details. Let's see, I've said that already. Changes are coming in home ownership. Beginning in August, mortgages will be tokenized with a blockchain program. Details will be coming. It started with the Farmers of America. They have used their farm machine and family homes as collateral. And it's cut off for some reason. Uh-oh, that's not good. But anyway, guys, August 2024. That's from the intake officer. Are you listening? Now, do you know what the Black Swan event is? Have you figured it out? Did I tell you earlier? Iran, Israel. The big war, the war to end all wars. Oh my gosh, we're all going down. Everybody grab your guns and dig a basement. Oh my God, oh my God. No, that's the Black Swan event, guys. Wake up. Wake the flock up. This is what we've been working for. This is what we've been waiting for. First, we've got to see the Forex. We have got to see the Iraqi dinar rate on the Forex, and it's coming in. It's coming in very quickly. I don't know. I'm expecting within 9 days. I'm expecting by the 17th. I've been telling you guys that when you call me. And I'll ask you very nicely, don't call me and ask me for an update. Okay? Send me a text message, and if I feel like giving you an update, I will. But I'm trying to separate all this nonsense that's on TV and radio and internet in my brain. I'm trying to be a person. I'm trying to live a life.
He's trying to age gracefully, and you're not helping.
Yes, yes. There you go. But I'm always responsive to donations, post or pre-RV donations. That's what I'm saying. I'm expecting Wise by the 17th.
Just think of it as a surprise. So anything Wise related, just, that's the first to hit. It's a surprise. It's a bonus feature. Nothing more. Just enjoy for what it is.
I like it when people's faces come up when they make a comment over here, because then when they call me on the phone or we talk or something, I can, if Israel and Iran go to war and cancel Nassar, will their people tear them apart? And they know that? Oh, they know it. Oh, they don't. If you don't think there ain't white hats in Israel, if you don't think there ain't white hats in Iran, that know. If you don't think people aren't having TV shows and news shows like this, and they got Telegram channels and stuff, yeah, I know 90% of Telegram is bullshit, but don't worry about it. Okay, don't worry about it. Okay, I'm doing my best. I swear to God, I am, to give you guys the truth. And for some reason, I could see through the bullshit. I could just, I mean, and it's not because everything is a psyop. It's just like, where are you people been? Haven't you learned anything along the way? I mean, I retain almost, even being sick when I had that gum infection and when I have my vertigo and everything. I still retain everything. I mean, so if you're drinking alcohol and smoking wacky tobacco, then quit it. You'll be able to straighten up and fly right and think like a normal human being. Okay, and and for God's sake, listen to me. I'm gonna give you all a big rear end chewing. Okay, everybody's getting a rear end chewing right now. If you're drinking soda pop, you're asking for it. You're asking for everything. That's how they're going to take you down with soda pop. They're going to kill you with soda pop. Mountain Dew is poison. It's poison. I'm glad I did a disclaimer.
But it's good for
I'm glad
pesticide.
I did a disclaimer here before we started because, if I didn't, I could probably get sued by Mountain Dew. But look at the stuff that's in it. There's the equivalent of 9 teaspoons of sugar in Mountain Dew, and they put a chemical in there to keep you from throwing up, to keep your gag reflex. Because when you eat something too much of something or too much pepper or sugar or anything like that, and you try shoving it down your throat and then your gag reflex kicks in, they actually put a chemical in there to counteract that. So Mountain Dew is just crap at a bottle. It's just, you might as well just go dig your grave and jump in and take a bottle of Mountain Dew with you. Strawman Trust. Yeah, you're going to be getting your Strawman Trust too. That's part of the Reformation and Restoration Act. Donna.
But it's not right away. It's not this year. You can look forward to it as like a next year process, because it's you're going to all have to process like what's happening first, and I'm talking emotional, before you can just dive in the educational side.
Right.
It's not going to be a pretty conclusion. Not for them. For us it will be, but it's still not going to be pretty.
Well, I just want to tell you that we really appreciate everybody tuning in tonight, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate the donations. It's really been fantastic. Mountain Dew
does have any freeze.
Oh my God! And Coca-Cola. Boil some Coca-Cola in a pan and see what's left over. Okay. And then take the gunk that's in the bottom of the Coca-Cola pan and take it and have it analyzed. If you got that facility, have it analyzed. And when you drink a lot of pop, you get a lot of phlegm. If you smoke a lot, you get a lot of phlegm. Guess who likes feeding on phlegm? Parasites. If you're coughing and hacking, you got lung problems, you're providing food for the parasites. Okay? Stop it. I want you around. We're going to have some fun. We're all going to get in the med bed. We're going to raise our vibrations, and we're going to play some music, and we're going to rock and roll. Guys, I think we've had a pretty fun show tonight. That's the lawyer in me wanting lawyer music. I don't know why. Guys, I want to ask you a question before I tell everybody get out of here. Get out of here, but not yet. Oh, I'm doing everything backwards tonight, ain't it? Okay, Doc, how about some final thoughts from you?
Well, my final thoughts is, again, thanks everybody for the donations last week. That was just absolutely amazing. I hope you guys check out my new CD when it comes out, maybe even listen to it, maybe even buy it. That would be great for me. But my thoughts are just keep on being who you are. Like Chance said and Brian said, don't let everything get you down. Stop letting everything bother you, and just be nice to everybody. Be kind to everybody, because you never know what they're going through. And that's my thoughts.
Excellent. Brian?
Creativity. Be creative in all and everything that you do, you are, that you're willing to endeavor to be. So be your own God, your own source, your own
Me.
I am. That's it.
Fantastic. Hey, guys, I'm Chance McFadden. We're going to see you back here next Thursday night right here on HamiltonRadio.net, Hamilton Radio 1 on YouTube, and Hamilton Radio Family on Facebook. Now, please, if you have an inclination to order the RV protocol papers, then it's 319-561-0064 Cash App or Zelle, or make a love donation to the same number, 319-561-0064. If you want the RV protocol papers, send me an email. If you're overseas, let's get this thing going. I don't want you showing up for your redemption appointment naked, because that's what it is when you don't have the RV protocol papers. My final thoughts are, I love you all. We're going to get out of here. We're already 7 minutes over. Oh, my God. I hope the station manager doesn't give us a spanking. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.